We played a little Spikeball tournament last night, and Maya and Chloe Kelly were like winners by a mile.
No, not by a mile. They beat me by 2 points.
Yeah, but we then beat you, so then you're third.
We beat you?
No, you didn't.
Yes, we did. We won. You've got memory loss.
I try and just work really hard and then kind of leave no stone unturned. Is that
Oh, yeah.
Leslie's confidence today.
What is a song that encapsulates how you're feeling in training right now?
Work.
Is it Work by Rihanna?
Work. Work.
Hello and welcome to another episode of That Lionesses podcast, connected by EE. I'm Harriet Rose and we are just days away from England's opening match against France in the Euros. It's all starting to get very real. Coming up, we'll be hearing how training is going, how they're dealing with this heat, and we'll be talking all things confidence. And joining me today for all this are two incredible lionesses. It's Alessia Russo and Grace Clinton! Welcome. You guys have been in Zurich a couple of days now. How are you finding it?
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
It's very beautiful.
It smells beautiful. Do you know what I mean by that? It's like everything is just nice.
Yeah. Feels really clean, doesn't it?
I feel clean just being here.
Me too.
I heard you all went on a boat trip yesterday. Some of the girls were heading off after we recorded the pod. Did you get in the water? Did you have a dip? Was it good? Did you have a good time?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we wanted to jump off the boat, but they wouldn't let us.
Safety concerns.
Yeah.
Don't want you breaking your leg right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Bigger fish to fry right now.
Yeah.
The water's so nice.
Yeah.
I feel like it's nicer than seawater because you're not all like salty when you get out.
Yeah.
You miss the taste of the salt though.
Oh, I hate that. That's my worst thing about
Talk me
going
through
in the
that,
sea.
honey. 'Cause
It's
I don't
like-
know whether that's nice.
I feel like it's dirty because it's not salty. You know, it's not
Oh, I see what you mean.
Right.
Salt does clean it, but people still pee in both. So
Yeah.
either
Yeah,
way,
true.
pure. Yeah.
Either way, even if it's got salt in it, it's still got pee in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like drinking seawater isn't really a top tip, I would say.
No.
No, just the taste.
I did that when I was a kid once accidentally and I threw up straight away.
Yes. Did you get like
Yeah.
when
And
you
then
got out?
yeah,
It's horrible.
Yeah.
it is horrible. But did you not think the water was clean yesterday?
It was beautiful. It was beautiful to look at. I just couldn't wrap my head around it wasn't salty.
Yeah, I do know what you mean.
Just couldn't.
No, I know what you mean. I also feel like, because I live in London and I live near the Thames, I'm like, well, you couldn't pay me
No.
in the Thames.
No way.
Whereas we do have to get our minds around the fact that I think it is actually not the Thames and it's actually quite clean and
Yeah.
it's nice.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I feel like the lifestyle here I could get accustomed to, just going swimming. Apparently people go swimming on their lunch break.
That's
Yeah.
unreal.
Well, I said like it was a sunny day yesterday. If it was a sunny day in England, like the most people do is probably go to the park. They can go there
Yeah.
every day.
They can go into the water. And that's when people say that we complain about things being hot in England, it's because we have nowhere to go.
Yeah.
We can just lie on hopefully you've got like a floor that's like stone or not carpet and you can just lie on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. My apartment gets so hot when it's sunny outside.
Really. So you're having a welcome break whilst you're here.
Yeah, we've got aircon here, so it's great.
Loving it. Well, talking of the heat, actually, it is obviously very hot in Switzerland. How is that affecting training? Is it having a big impact, or is it kind of good that you've got the heat to kind of get you to that high level of training right now?
Bit of both, I think. Today it was really hot, but then like it's not going to be hotter than that in the game because we're playing later, and I think it's supposed to cool down a little bit. So I think it's good to have it now at like the highest temps, and then go into the game feeling a little bit better. Touching
On the heat, Lucy and LJ came on the pod and they were talking about you being an amazing hugger. I experienced it. It was amazing. But how easy is it to be huggy in this heat? Because, I mean, people want it even less when it's hot, right?
Yeah, they do want it less. And to be fair, when I'm a bit sweaty, I wouldn't inflict that on someone.
I do.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't care.
fair enough.
I'm not a very nice person, though. That's where that comes from.
Yeah.
But do you sort of embrace it, the tactile energy, even when it's hot or cold? Because you got to keep that morale up for the team, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely a certain few that get it more than others. But actually, can I just tell a little story?
Oh, God.
Sad story.
Please.
Me and Leslie hadn't had a hug for a little while.
Aw.
Obviously, I've got to, share the load. And then one day, Leslie comes to me, she went, I haven't had a hug off you yet. So, you know what? They love
Yeah,
it.
she neglected me a little bit. You did give me one this morning though, didn't you?
Yeah.
But this is the thing, when you take it away, that's when you notice it. That's when it's
Yeah,
gone.
I love Grace's hugs.
Yeah.
I'm an advocate because I don't get them off Toonie. Toonie hugs everyone else apart from me, and I'm her best mate.
Even Toonie makes me feel awkward when I hug her sometimes.
Yeah, she's
and I'm
just like
yeah, she's like, you'll literally be 1 second, she'll be like,
I think the pat on the back is one of the hardest things to deal with.
That's like, get off me now.
Get off me.
Yeah.
I'd rather you physically shoved me off me, to be honest. I'd rather you just were like, get off. Do you know what I mean? It would feel less painful.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're getting your daily dose. That's great. Make sure tomorrow, don't miss out.
Yep.
We're obviously days away from the first match against France. How has training shifted like this close to the game?
Yeah, I think so. And I think as today comes, everyone's really locked in and like there's lots of details and lots of different parts of training that you really need to concentrate on. So I think, yeah, there's a shift now and it's all focus on Saturday and then going forward the rest of the group games. But yeah, there's definitely now a switch. Like we're in tournament. It obviously starts today with some of the games and I think everyone's just looking forward to it.
As someone who's obviously never done a training session in an international tournament, don't know if you knew that, guys. I love physical training though. Nothing to any comparison, I'm sure, to what you guys do. But I'm interested to know, are there any like drills from hell that you actually secretly enjoy? Because like, for example, for me in the gym, I weirdly really like doing ab stuff, like crunches and things, because it kind of hurts in like a fab way. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Is there any of those for you?
I'm actually quite the same. Like, we have like this little, we'll have a name, like something every day, and we'll do like, it might be 9 letters, and we'll do different ab exercise, all 9. And like afterwards, we all feel like, where's the mirror?
Yeah.
Abs.
Yeah. It's kind of weirdly satisfying. What about you?
I actually don't hate the bike. Like, I feel like I don't enjoy it when I'm on it, but once I'm off it, I'm like, oh, I've got a sweat on, like,
Yeah.
I feel better for it.
Do you have tricks in your brain? Because I was not a girl at school that liked the gym, I was like actively punished because I was really like, I will walk this run. But then when I got a bit older, I started to like do mind games to like get me through the training. Is there stuff you do in your head? Like I'll be like, okay, do 2 minutes. And then when you've done 2 minutes, there's only 8 minutes. And then when you've done 4 minutes, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think we all would do that. It's in the running, like, I think you strategize.
Yeah.
Strategize, isn't it?
Yeah.
You believe in yourself.
Yeah, and just like plan it in your head. Like if we have a fitness test and you have to do, I don't know, at club we do like a 10 length pitch run. So you have to go up and down 10 times and I just count it down in my head, like there and back is one, and you can kind of tick it off.
See, look, even the professionals do the fun little games in their head. I spoke to Neve and Maya about recovery on an earlier episode. But now, obviously, you're away from St George's Park. Recovery looks a bit different. I've seen there's a cryo van outside. I'm assuming you guys brought that and it wasn't just some random holiday maker.
No, he's going around with all the teams, I think. But I think you should try that.
I would love to.
Yeah, get a little vlog camera.
That's a mind game.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's really
it's
cold.
not nice.
No.
You know, it's like you have to put like gloves, hat. You can't have like
Extremities showing.
Yeah,
Me and-
because you freeze in there.
Yeah, me and Jess had to sing Adele the other day to get through it.
What one?
Yeah.
Have a sing
I
it
don't
for
really
us.
know the name of songs.
Never mind, I'll find.
It was!
someone like
It was that one!
I was
Wow.
standing outside the van.
Great
I
minds
wasn't.
think alike.
Yeah, but I do that. Weirdly, this is not a joke, but I do a cold shower in the morning. I'll do na 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 na, because that really, you can shout that without really thinking about the lyrics.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to get too much of a complicated lyric in there when you're trying to get through that.
No, when you're dithering in the cold shower.
And that just like relaxes your muscles, does it, after like a big training session?
Yeah, it's supposed to like reduce like your lactic acid and
Don't even know what
reduce DOMS basically.
DOMS.
It means delayed onset muscle soreness.
Oh, I get that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that helps it stop it, just being in a
Yeah.
nice cold. Do you do cold showers and stuff?
I love a cold shower.
Apparently very good for dopamine.
And your
Yeah, I
skin,
can
your
imagine.
hair,
Yeah.
everything.
That's why we need to be getting in the lake every day. If you could both summarise the feeling in training right now, coming from the Adele chat, with just one song, what would it be?
The feeling.
Yeah, so we've got, let me give you some examples. You could be like, We Are the Champions Queen. You could be Good as Hell Lizzo. You could be Formation Beyonce. Just the feeling of like, what is a song that encapsulates how you're feeling in training right now?
Oof. Work, 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 work.
Is it Work by Rihanna?
Work, 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 work. Work, work, work.
I feel like
Work, 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 work.
that's an interesting take on, maybe perhaps a remix. Work, work,
It sounded very robotic.
It was just sort of like an alarm going off
Yeah.
rather than a song. But but I'm sure Rihanna, if you're watching, she loves this. She loves this podcast, Rihanna.
Yeah.
So
I thought she might.
yeah, she loves it. She's a big fan. So Rihanna, get her on the remix. So you would say Work by Rihanna.
Yeah.
What about you, babe?
Maybe Happy by Pharrell Williams.
Oh, that's cute. It's very opposite.
Work.
Spectrum.
But I mean, yeah.
But it's both
Yeah,
true.
together I think is nice. Like we're working hard, and I think there's lots of excited feelings going into Saturday as well.
And do you know what I'm feeling like since we've arrived here, and like we've only done 2 podcasts, you guys being the second, but the energy, I've seen some of the girls around the hotel and stuff. You guys are just so in sync, and you have each other's backs, and it's so beautiful to see. And it feels like you can be in the mood of happy and work at the same time. You know what I mean? It's got that energy across the board. It's so nice.
Yeah, I think when we're on the pitch, we're like Grace's work.
Work, work, work.
But then off the pitch, like we just enjoy being around each other. And there's like the hotel's beautiful. There's loads of like outdoor space, and people can just get a coffee. We played a little Spikeball tournament last night.
Fun.
Yeah,
Oh,
So fun.
who won? Was it teams or was it?
it was teams, and Maya and Chloe Kelly were like winners by a mile.
No, not by a
they
mile.
were.
They beat me by 2 points.
Yeah, but we then beat you, so then you're third.
We beat you.
No, you didn't.
Yes, we did. We won. You've got memory loss. Girl, we beat you by 2 points, remember?
I thought we won.
Hey,
It was last night.
All right, we'll have another game.
Sorry, we're
tonight.
getting a bit
Guys.
competitive.
we're all winners here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for me. I have nothing to do with winning. I'd love to talk to you a little bit now about what football means to you and like how it's shaped you as a person. Let's get into a little bit of the...
Gosh, we're going
Yeah.
Deep now.
We just had a little chin wag and now we're...
No, I'm getting you in
Philosophy.
feels. You brought up Adele and now I want to all have a group cry. Alessia, what is your first memory of having a ball at your feet?
Probably 2 that come to mind. One was like anywhere in the house with my brothers just playing football, kicking it in probably the living room, and mum shouting at us to not break anything. And also I remember like being a kid and going to my brother's games when I was a lot younger, and my dad was the coach and I wasn't allowed to join in because I wasn't old enough, so I was just kicking the ball on the side, waiting to one day be invited in. But yeah, I think ever since I can remember, I've always loved having a ball at my feet, and yeah, just playing as much as I could.
I really now I'm like envisaging little Alessia, like, you know, like against one of those big walls because she's not allowed to join in, just kicking the ball against the wall, waiting to be let in.
Yeah, I don't often get angry, but I was probably angry then.
Frustrated.
Yeah, frustrated.
But
waiting
look
for
at
my
you
turn.
now. Look at you now. Grace, what was it like playing football as a teenager? Was it nice to be good at something and have a confidence at a young age to kind of put your energy into?
Yeah, I think it was like a bit of both. I think like when I was growing up, when I joined like Everton Academy and stuff like that, it was like really football or be a normal kid type thing. So obviously I couldn't stop thinking about football when I was in school. Like I couldn't concentrate very much.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't, like I was so active and fidgety. When I played football, it was like the only time really when I can just not think about loads of things and stuff. So it was definitely nice to have something that sort of gets you in a flow state. But then obviously you miss out on other things. Like I was playing Friday, like Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, you don't really get your weekends on that, but I wouldn't change for the world because I loved it.
Well, I think it's like a lot of kids have sort of, you could call it like a hyperfixation when you're younger, like a thing that you do. And it's when that thing passes through the teenage years that you know it's going to fit and stick. Because I've got like, I remember my mate used to go horse riding. And as soon as she was introduced to boys, she just stopped. And it's like one of those things, as long as you get through those teen years, you know it's like going to lock in. But it's so cool to kind of put your energy into something and have that as a kid, because my energy was playing detectives, which I don't think really has helped me. I mean, maybe it has because they're researching people, but in your line of work, you have to have a lot of confidence, and it's such an important factor. What do you do to keep your head in a positive mindset? Because it's not always easy.
No, it isn't always easy, and I think everyone probably thinks that we have that figured out, and I'm sure some people do, but that's probably something that I've found hardest in football, is to like back yourself like you should. But I think for me, I just try and work as hard as I can in training and in like games, and I think that gives me confidence because I know that I've done all that I could, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think for me, rather than, you know, some people can like self-talk and that, I'm not very good at that. So I try and just work really hard and then kind of leave no stone unturned. Is that?
Oh, yeah.
Leslie's confidence today.
So yeah, that's kind of my way of thinking about it.
I love
That's a great
that.
saying, by the way.
No
Yeah.
stone unturned.
Yeah.
Leave no
Yeah.
stone unturned.
It fit perfectly.
Into that.
Yeah.
It does. It's absolutely perfect. And also, like, you are a legend and an icon, and you've done so much. And so to hear that, I think it's really great for the fans watching to hear you speak about how you work on your confidence, because you've done so much. You've achieved so much. No stone has been unturned, if I've even quoted it correctly. And it's like great to hear that you are just doing your best, working your hardest, and that's the way you get what you want.
Yeah, I think that's just what you have to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think in football, there's so many highs and lows and uncontrollables and things like that, that just focusing on yourself sometimes is important to, like learn what works for you. And it didn't work when I was younger. When I was your age, I had no idea what I was doing. It's definitely as I get older. But you've got a wiser head than me at your age, to be fair.
Thanks, Leslie. Girl.
Grace is really mature.
Well, I feel like
Sometimes.
sometimes.
is a big highlighted word there.
Oh, and what happens in the other times?
She's not mature.
No, I just want to have fun.
Yeah.
Just
YOLO.
you know. But I think Leslie's like one of the hardest working people. And it's so funny, you know, when I watch her like on the pitch and it's like she'll go into like massive tackle, and the next minute she'll just get up and turn around and run back. And I'm like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm like sick.
Yeah. But also, isn't it amazing to be on the pitch with the people you're looking up to? And that works in all age ranges, all levels of experience. It's like you could have a young player that's come on for their first game and be looking at them going, wow, that's sick. Like, and the same with every player on the team. It feels like you all look at each other with this sort of like admiration and respect that's really amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
You're a very close team. Grace, everyone can see that. How does it feel to have a whole team of players that have your back?
Feels amazing. Full stop. No, I'm joking.
No, I like that. I like that. If you want to leave it there, I love it.
Yeah. No, it is lovely. Like, I'm quite social and that, but I can really go to like any group in the team and have a nice time. And yeah, it, like you said, I think the most important thing is that respect that we've got for each other, that everyone is so good. And like, I look at a lot of people in the team and I'm like, yeah, wow. So I think it comes from that, and like, yeah, admiring each other builds up a lot of respect.
I also think it makes life easier. I think in any place of work, in any realm, if you can look at your colleagues and you can look at the people around you, whether it be your mates or the people you work with, and be like, even if they're doing something you want to achieve, or they've kind of got the thing that you're looking for, looking at them going, well, if they've got it, I can have it. And if I've got it, they can have it. And if we've all got it, then we've all got it. And
that's a great saying.
Yeah, Harriet Rose 2025. You can put that in Wikipedia. But you know what I mean? Like, it's like it's a good mindset to have all across the board, I think.
Yeah, and I think like we have so many different players with so much experience as well that you can kind of tap into lots of different places if you need it, and people like want to learn off each other. Like when you come into the squad as a young player, I mean, most of them just want to learn off the older players, and yeah, it's just a nice environment to be in, like always striving to be better, and I think push yourself. And when you come into the squad, you know that there's a standard and you've got to step up and reach it quickly, because that's the demands that are put on you.
Exactly. And if you want to know more about how football can support you and help you grow your confidence, search EE Squad. Before we finish, it is obviously really important to chill out at times like these. And in the final few days before the first game, you need to feel like mentally rested as well. And on yesterday's episode, Chloe and Jess told us they're watching Love Island. And they're rooting for your brother, Alessia, Giorgio.
Yeah, very Italian that, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it. I feel like I
nice
can't
name.
say it with an English accent. It's got to be.
Yeah, it's very Italian.
You say it.
Giorgio. Oh. No, sorry, did you
Even
do
that
it?
sounds,
No, I
even
can't
that
do an
sounds
Italian
better. No, but
accent.
even that sounds better than Giorgio.
No, you got
great
it.
name.
Yeah, it is a cool name.
Have you been able to watch and keep up?
Yeah, I'm watching pretty much every night. Sometimes on catch up, sometimes live, depending on the schedule. But yeah, it's so weird seeing him on TV. Like the first few episodes, I was just sat like watching it like this, like couldn't really concentrate too much, was like dead nervous. But as it's going on, like it's becoming easier, and he's doing well. He's a true gent. So
He's coming across really well.
yeah, he's a nice guy. He's a really, I think probably maybe a bit too nice to be in Love Island, but he's a lovely guy. So hopefully he finds someone.
Yeah, do you think he's really looking for love in there?
I think he's ready to settle down. Yeah. Just waiting for the right girl to come.
Well, listen, if he doesn't meet anyone, I've got some mates.
Nice, we can
So,
hook him up.
yeah, don't worry. We'll sort him out when he gets out if he has any problems. It's interesting, isn't it? Because, like, having to experience that whilst alongside the Euros, I bet if you weren't here, you might be flying over as his family visit. How sick would that be?
I don't think I could go in there.
Do you not?
No, I'm too awkward to be in that kind of villa.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you walk in and just be
I
like,
think you would. They're one big
No.
happy family.
Yeah,
you maybe send Grace instead.
yeah,
She'll go in, hug everyone.
yeah, and then leave.
And
I
then
would
leave.
love that. What's over there?
Yeah. I think it's one of those things as well. If you do go in, you have to then talk to the girls that have
Yeah.
dated him and snogged him and
Oh,
whatever.
good
That's
point.
not a
When the two
sister's job, is
families.
it?
sit
No, that's not the
down.
sister's
Yeah.
job.
No.
Imagine, like, hypothetical, Leslie come on and then she started grilling the girl he was with.
I would.
That would be so
I would.
funny.
I think I've liked every single person that one of my brothers have ever, like my brother's wife, my other brother's wife. It's like one of my best mates.
Oh, I love
Like I'm
that.
quite an open.
I feel like you're just a nice person, babe. I think that's probably what it is.
But yeah, I am. I'm quite laid back, to be fair.
Yeah.
But
You're easy to get along with.
so are you, Grace. That's why we get along.
Oh, see? All happy families here. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us on That Lionesses podcast, connected by EE, and all the best for this weekend. I cannot wait to watch the game. So, we've got another episode coming tomorrow with Hannah Hampton and Neve Charles talking all things England v France. So, do not forget, if you haven't already, to subscribe and follow, because you don't want to miss a thing. And all there is to say for me now is Auf Wiedersehen, which is Swiss German for goodbye. Yes, I have been on Duolingo.